Underway. First of all, to the Country Club of New Canaan, so gracious in hosting us today, and they've made everything so easy for the HA Network. To Dan Philippon, the head pro, who helped arrange all of this, and of course the two coaches, Bill Brown and Tom O'Connell. We would not be here without the help of these men, and of course this club. But it could not be working out better for us. We're getting closer to the start of today's match. Darien running a little late, Kevin. It'll be interesting to see if that plays into the start for the Blue Wave.
It is, and I wonder if they can just come out and play well right away. And that's something you have to worry about if you're the coaching staff, especially for Darien. Arriving late can be tough, can wear on some teams. Does that mean that they have a little bit of a rough start on the first hole? That's a big question. And I think that if you're Darien, you got to come out hot now, knowing that you arrived late and you're playing your rival today. So it's going to be a big spot for the Blue Wave.
Not only playing your rival, but you're playing one of the best teams in the conference, and that goes on both sides here. New Canaan 11-0-1. That only tie against Staples, who earned their first loss of the season yesterday. It came at the hands of the Blue Wave. They are 12-1 on the year now, a 162-166 win over the Wreckers. Blue Wave's only loss is to the Greenwich Cardinals. They are the last unbeaten and untied team in the conference. But today's match essentially serving as the Eastern Division Championship now, with number 1 and number 2 meeting here at the Country Club of New Canaan.
Again, it's only fitting that we get a chance to see Darien New Canaan duke it out for another chance for a title of some sorts. We saw in football, we saw in hockey, basketball, you name it. We've covered Darien New Canaan. It's only fitting that now in the springtime, before we lead up to maybe another rematch in lacrosse, perhaps. Maybe now we get to see them on the golf course, which again is going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, they could be meeting in lacrosse, girls lacrosse, baseball. There's a lot that's going on, but that's for another day. Today, the focus is on the links, as the scoring format for today, well, each team is going to send 5 players out onto the course who are eligible for the team low score. The best 4 scores will count, and the team with the lowest combined score will be your winner. There will be a 6th player out on the course with both groups, but he is not playing as part of this tournament today. He is more out there so that the last group is not left on an island. They used to play with the coaches. That has been outdone, though. So now they go ahead and play in 3 sets of foursomes. And when you look out at this, would you rather find yourself in that last group pairing, Kevin, or would you like to be out at the top and be the first one who's got to hit in front of all of these cameras?
That's a tough question. I would like to lean towards the first group, because you kind of get a chance to get the lay of the land. But if you're in the last group, you really do get that opportunity to see how the rest of the groups ahead of you do. So in a way, yes, I'd actually want to go rather in one of the later groups, because you get a chance to see how they swing, where the parts of the, each green, each hole, where the divots are, where the traps are. So I like to go a little bit in the last group, but it's not bad going first at all either.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the added pressure today. We've got cameras surrounding this first tee box. We're going to have cameramen out on the course with the groups, very different from what FCIAC Golf is used to. How do you see these players accommodating these new circumstances?
I think there are definitely going to be some nerves in the beginning, Frank, but I think once we get along, players again are going to start to feel comfortable, especially on the New Canaan side, because they're comfortable with this place. They've played here so many times during this season. And for Darien, I think it's just another day, playing golf. It's something that you need to block out, and if you're an athlete, especially at the varsity level, that's something you need to block out. These guys, we've seen them, in football, hockey. They've done a nice job of blocking sort of the camera and the added pressure on. So I expect to see the same thing from these golfers today.
Just across the way, we have the first tee box where it will all begin. Right behind us, you see the 9th hole where the tournament will come to an end. In just a couple of short hours, only one of these teams will remain atop the Eastern Division, looking at a top 2 spot heading into the FCIAC Championships on June 1st from Fairchild Wheeler. And Kev, if all goes according to plan today, we might be making an appearance at Fairchild Wheeler as well, but we will not be eligible to win that trophy.
Well, I got to ask you a question. If we get there, are you wearing the same ensemble?
You know what? I might have to find a pair of matching pants.
I may need to find another jacket like that.
Matching suits. We've got a lot of great golf coming up this afternoon. We're going to talk with the players later on in the day, possibly the coaches too. FCIAC Golf on the HA Network from the Country Club of New Canaan. What a day it's going to be. Coming up after this.
Part of banking well is doing good. That's why, with the support of local community partners, Bankwell has launched the Bankwell Pet Adoption Project to boost awareness about the hundreds of animals in local shelters that need a home. And when you donate to the cause using the Bankwell self-service coin machines, we'll match your donation. For details, visit mybankwell.com/pleaseadoptme. Bank smart, bank local, bank well.
At Budget Blinds, we're in business to frame the light, the day, and the night. So we give you an exclusive combination of high style, expert service, our no surprises pricing, and our no questions asked warranty. We believe that everyone, at every budget, deserves style and service. Isn't that a beautiful place to be?
Have a sports injury or a slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast, without an appointment. Biking, golf, tennis, soccer, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care open Monday through Saturday, now at 3 locations: 131 Kings Highway North in Westport, the iPark building at 761 Main Avenue, Norwalk, and 36 Old Kings Highway South in Darien. Or go to coastalorthoexpress.com, like them on Facebook.
The new fishing season is fast approaching, so it's time to head over to the dock shop and get your gear in order. We're now offering bait in both Darien and our Westport location. The dock shop can service and repair your rods and reels, spool up new line, and fill any empty space you might have in your tackle box. Whether you're a fisherman, boater, or beach bum, the dock shop is a unique place to shop. The dock shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, dockshop.com.
Back at the Country Club of New Canaan on Nutmeg Sports, Frank Granito and Kevin Coleman just minutes away from the opening tee shots of today's boys golf match between the New Canaan Rams and the Darien Blue Wave. Again, the top two teams in the East Division playing with the regular season division title on the line today. Both schools chasing Greenwich, who remains unbeaten on the west side of the conference. We mentioned that you will see the low 4 scores out of the 5 eligible players result in today's winner. The low team score wins. Only 9 holes out of the 18 will be played. Front 9 here at Country Club of New Canaan as the starters are assembling towards the opening tee. Coach Brown will be instructing them on the rules and regulations for today's round. We'll have that for you live. Kev, as we get closer and closer, you talked about the nerves. Let's talk about the importance of this opening tee shot. It is a dog leg right here, number 1 at the Country Club of New Canaan. OB on the right, that's the parking lot. If you miss left, it's not jail, but it is a long ways home to a green surrounded by a couple bunkers that can come into play.
Certainly, you talk about those bunkers there on that right side off the tee box. Those can be a little bit of trouble right off that your first tee shot. So you want to hit it towards a little bit to the left. Otherwise, you really could be going to the beach per se. You're going to end up in the sand. But you talk about that dog. If you hit it to the right, man, you're in a lot of trouble. So hitting it to the left would be a little bit better. But you talk about that first tee shot is a little difficult. So it's a challenge for these golfers on the first tee.
There are bunkers on the right side of the fairway near the end of the landing zone. Usually see a 4-iron, maybe a 5-iron come out from the players to keep themselves with about 125, 130 yards in. Some of the bigger players, like we've seen in the past, a Curtis Loop, for example, wouldn't be afraid to pull the big stick out of the bag, try and cut the corner, but again, very risky, and it is a blind landing should you try to play towards the front of the green.
It's a huge risk. You talk about those tall trees too that could play into that shot. I mean, it has to be a perfect shot. If you're going to pull out the driver, it's going to be a perfect shot. But you talk about the 4-iron, the 5-iron. That's the go-to club.
Not quite an iron for Captain George Garrett. This is New Canaan number 1, a wood in hand. Good swing there, solid contact, and he likes it. Picking up the tee immediately, Kev. This one's going to be center of the fairway. Cleared the bunker, so 50 yards in. Good start for the Rams.
Great start for the Rams. That's why he's number 1 right now in the first group. George Garrett having himself a great season for the Rams.
And now it will be the number 1 for Darien, Blake Swiggett. He will go with an iron here. That'll be Blake Swiggett and Will Wilson, the number 1 and 2 in the first group for Darien. We just saw George Garrett tee off. It will be Gunnar Granito as the 2 for the Rams in that first grouping.
This is a great grouping here. Start things off on the day here at the Country Club in New Canaan.
Swiggett, very patient, lined up. This one's off. Oh, it's flirting with that right side. And caught it's going to catch the bunker, Kev. Just rolled in towards the front of that bunker. Hopefully he's got enough room in front of the lip. And now it is Gunnar Granito quickly to play. this could be trouble. It is on the right side, and he is leaning hard with this one.
You just could tell by his body language that he didn't like that shot there, Frank. Question is he going to take another one?
He checks over with Coach Bill Brown. I think he's going to suggest hitting a provisional here. Rough, not very high at New Canaan, but it is very thick and lush here after all the rain we saw last week.
Anywhere around those
these golfers are actually lucking out today.
Simple wedge for these young
All the
men.
rain that we've had this past
Wilson's
week,
set to go.
they actually get a really nice day. These past couple days have been great. Greens look pretty good.
That's Wilson. Let's go with an iron off the first tee. This one also down the right side, and it will come up short of the bunker. We'll see if he's got an alley at it as the first group is off. Dead aim at the flag stick here. A bit too strong, maybe a fly or lie, as we see now on the right side near Country Club Road. They're searching for Gunnar Granito's first shot. They would be able to find that ball. It is sitting in front of the green. Back in the fairway, though, Swigert from a bunker.
You see Blake here. Tough shot. Great swing.
Good contact, got it up over the front lip. It's going to catch a piece of the green. There's Garrett's second at the par 4 first. Useful there, using the slope effectively. Now Wilson behind the green. That'll roll to about 2 feet. Well done there. We'll have that. Nito out in front. It's his second shot. Pops it up. That's not good enough.
See that downhill slope there on the green. Played into the shot a little bit.
Birdie opportunity coming for George Garrett. This wants to move a little to his left. But just stayed straight. A bit too firm through the break. Swigert, after seeing Garrett, did slide. He will tap that in, unable to save par. It is a 5 for Swigert. This is Granito to save par. That one misses.
Early on, we're seeing some missed putts here from both sides. That could come back to haunt them.
As back on the tee, it's the second group going off. This is Trevor Jones for the Rams. So Jones out. And now the number 3 for Darien is Alex Gu. And you mentioned, Kevin, players not making those putts early on. These greens were aerated within the last 2 weeks, so something to keep an eye on, especially after the rain. They might be a little slower, not as much break as they are used to. As Gu pulls one off to the left side of the fairway. It is a long way home from there, Kevin.
Yeah, it's a long way. If you're going to shoot it to the left side of that fairway, it's a long way to the flag.
It's a nice smooth swing here from Captain Weston Shanley. He is not too happy with that one from the looks of things. And the final player in this group will be Dante Lancelotti, the number 4 for the Blue Wave. As you get a look out to the first fairway here, those bunkers on the right. Swigert found one of those. Be difficult to make par from there. As leaning to the right here is Lancelotti. This one might be in the trees, Kev. That will make it very difficult to get home. We'll see what kind of an alley he has. As all 4 players in the second group have hit, and they are off now. Chip below the green here, just running by. Lancelotti playing his way up this hole. He had to punch out through the woods. Trevor Jones with a putt from the top of 1. It's going to speed up after it catches that hill.
And this first hole, pretty quick greens here.
Good speed, but the best route comes Alex Gu. With a slider down the hill, yes!
What a great putt. That's big for Darien here early on.
As Alex Gu, the number 3 man for the Wave, starts off his round with a birdie. And here is the number 5 for the Rams. It is Grant Mellinger. Again, top 5 players out on the course for both teams. The low 4 scores will count, and the lowest team score will be today's winner. The number 5 for Darien, Brendan Bumgartner. Ryan Mennett is the number 6 for New Canaan playing in this group. His score does not count, Kevin, and the playing mate for Bumgartner is Ryan McCarthy.
And you see those extra guys that get to come in, get some little reps here during the season.
So it's Gu with the birdie on 1, and that is from that far left rough. So a great hole recovery up and down after a suspect tee shot. And we talked about it. There were certainly some extra nerves on that opening tee box as Bumgartner pokes one out here. You've got the cameras surrounding the tee box now. We're sitting off here on the right with our hole set up. Huge for the players to be able to get off, get that hole under them. We're seeing higher scores early on compared to lower ones. Blake Swiggett with a bogey. George Garrett made par. Gunnar Granito and Will Wilson both making bogey. Trevor Jones a bogey. Alex Gu with a birdie. And then Weston Shantley a double. Dante Lancelotti a triple bogey to start this round. As on to the second hole we go. It is Will Wilson on the tee. Correction, that is from the fairway. Playing up towards the green, Granito. This is his 4th shot now after he lost a ball right towards 123. Pitch up towards the green. That one within 4 feet. He'll have an opportunity.
That's a great chip there, Frank.
Garrett from around the green flops one up. So slowly trickling down. That'll be a tough putt ahead. This is now Will Wilson, front of the green. Hoping to make par. And 2 feet short.
A big putt coming up for the Rams here.
Granito has to be aggressive with this one. And that won't get in, so Granito makes double after losing a ball out of bounds on number 2. Here is Swiggett. And off the bogey at 1. It's going to rebound. Good read. Just missed. That would have been for birdie at the second. Wisely take his time, line that par putt up. These are the ones you cannot afford to miss, Kevin.
You can't, especially in this first group here early on. Missing some key putts.
Par for Swiggett at the second. Here's Garrett's par opportunity. Oh, and it lipped out. Would have loved to have started par. Instead drops one on the second, a bogey 6, as now we go back to the fairway at number 2 with the second group, and this is Lancelotti. His layup approach comes up just short of the green. Good effort though. He will be able to potentially get up and down there. Back in the fairway, it's Alex Gu. See the nice patient swing from Gu. Birdie at the first. He finds the green in regulation at the second.
What a great chip there from Gu early on. Looking pretty good here today for the Blue Wave.
So this shot here over the back of the green. Tough up and down coming. Lancelotti up in front. And it's going to stay short again. Weston Shanley. And up here.
Got good pace. Just a little short. Gets closer to the green.
Spotty putting from the fringe up in front. This one had a chance. Oh, it just slid underneath. Good effort from Lancelotti.
Great looking putt though, Frank.
Shanley now. Second. Just in the right line with that one. So he'll walk over and tap this putt in. That is for 8. Triple bogey. Trevor Jones for the Rams. He taps in a double bogey 7. Second group for New Canaan off to a little bit of a slow start. Here at the prestigious Country Club of New Canaan, Alex Gu taps in a par putt. So Gu -1 through 2, and back on the tee. It is the third group. You just saw Brendan Bumgartner off the tee there. Here is Grant Mellinger up in the left rough.
The fans at home get a nice little view here. Right behind the tee box. It's a different perspective.
From a very close position now, we will see Bumgartner again. Good idea of how thick that rough is. Up on the green now. This third group, Kevin, a very cool camera shot as well. This is working off a GoPro on one of our cameramen. They were able to follow that group as closely as they could.
And Mike Subby doing a great job. He's got the GoPro. Like we said, we got some cool angles for the viewers at home today.
Bumgartner's putt at 3, excuse me, at number 2. Just misses out there. He will tap that in for a par. After a bogey at number 1. Grant Mellinger would also make par, and now to the third hole. Here is the marquee group. Again, it will be Swiggett first off the tee, and that one just rolls through the fairway. Not a bad place to be, sitting up a little bit in the rough, so he will have an opportunity for the green. This is Granito's 4th at the par 4, his first going OB right. He likes this one with a little club twirl there. To attack, so we'll see what he has left. Swiggett from the left rough now.
See Swiggett here early on. He's had some nice swings here. Get a nice chip. See if he gets close to the green.
Good contact there. Playing up. That lands on the back of the green, catches that hill. It'll roll down. About 20-25 feet remaining. Now in a fairway bunker, it is Will Wilson.
These bunkers here, Frank, haven't been friendly so far today, these golfers.
Not much else Will could do there with the lip sitting right in front, so he'll play up to the front of the green. Garrett now on the left side. Not quite on the green. He's electing to use the putter. This is how he got here. Go back to the fairway. See, maybe just crossing over a little more than he would have liked, and it just caught that hill on the left side. An aggressive angle from the number 1 here. Now Wilson's 3rd after going in the bunker. Useful pitch there. Very makeable putt coming up after that.
Yeah, great shot there by Will Wilson using the pitching wedge. Gets himself up close to the cup there.
Birdie opportunity for Swiggett. Just not enough pace on that one. Tough to tell coming down off the hill. You think it would be a little quicker. Granito now. He is having a rough go of it early on. This one will not fall either. So 7 for Granito here at the third. Garrett for par. Well done by the number 1. Now Swiggett to follow up his playing partner with a par as well. Good stroke there. Back of the cup. As they will make the walk down the hill towards the back end of the course. And number 4, we head to break from the Country Club of New Canaan on the HAN Network.
Family and Children's Aid has been serving the community since 1809 and is now the largest outpatient children's mental health care provider in Western Connecticut. Our innovative services include providing shelter to homeless moms and children, substance abuse intervention, mental health counseling, and foster and adoptive services, among others. Our goal is to provide individuals and families a safe haven and hope for a brighter future. Find out more about us at fcaweb.org and call our Danbury campus at 203-748-5689.
At InSports Trumbull, the game is always on inside. Sign-ups are now open for one of our most popular programs, the New England 80 Elite Lacrosse Division I and Division III Showcases. With D1 and D3 coaches in attendance, players will receive a 60-minute webinar with Director of Recruiting Hans Hansen, a custom NE80 penny, custom shorts, and a video of all games. Last year's event sold out quickly, so sign up now for the next showcase coming in January 2018. Like and follow us on Facebook.
Did you know heart attacks and strokes are the leading cause of death in America? Protect the health of you and your loved ones. Talk to a doctor about heart disease. Hi, I'm Dr. David Pazer with ProHealth Physicians, encouraging you to stay informed about health matters that affect you.
ProHealth Physicians is on the pulse of social media to share information about health and nutrition with the community. Get up-to-the-minute alerts, including ProHealth Physicians news and upcoming events. Connecticut's leading group of primary care doctors is just a click away.
If you're watching this broadcast, you're not alone. The HAN Network is available for 200,000 Connecticut cable customers on the Frontier Network, and we've also reached more than 2 million viewers on our free live streaming sports, news, and entertainment broadcasts. To reach our rapidly growing audience, contact Advertising Director Jessica Murrin at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network.
Back on the par 4 third, second group, as Lancelotti having to play out to the fairway here. In the middle of the fairway, it is Alex Gu, the young man, -1 through 2. A great start and a good swing there, Kevin, towards the front of the green.
How about Gu early on? He's really been impressive here for the Darien Blue Wave.
This is Weston Shanley now. 145 out in the fairway. Tricky pin today on that left side. There's a hill that falls off the green on the left of it, just 6 yards away. As Gu, a birdie putt here. Oh, just missed underneath.
You see that frustration right there,
He
Frank.
did not see that one sliding that much. Opportunity for Trevor Jones, and he rolls one home.
That's a big putt there for the Rams. Great job by Trevor Jones.
Final group here at the third. As we saw Mellinger playing first. And now it is Bumgartner. Left rough. That tree shouldn't come into play. A little draw, help him get around it, depending how aggressive he wants to get towards the front. It found the bunker, Kev, and now ahead as these two struggling a bit here on the third. The Third group can't escape fast enough.
Early on, I think the missed putts have really been hurting that first group there, Frank.
Two will put a stamp on it, and now this is Mellinger trying to come in a tough hole here for Group 3. Mellinger making 777, a 5 over 9 at the fourth for Brendan Bumgarner. As that putt just a little too much pace, as we saw there. Up ahead is the fourth. Another dog leg to the right. It's OB right. You have room on that left side. If it falls off there, it goes down to number 6, but the players, especially like Gunnar Granito coming to this hole now, who's blocked a couple of shots to the right, needs to be very, very careful. Granito, a disappointing start, 6 over through the first 3 holes. As Bumgarner just cannot connect with that one. The tap in putt now as he will finally make his way off the third. And we look at the scores early on, and it's Alex Gu who is leading the way here, Kevin. Even at 13, Garrett and Swiggett 1 over, not far behind. Trevor Jones, a good start. He's just 3 over. Wilson at 4 over, and Mellinger hanging in there as well. As in the fourth fairway, it is Blake Swiggett of the first group. That's a good position to be off the tee. Just use an iron. Now towards the middle, you want to favor the left side, have an angle at this green, especially with the pin tucked in towards the front right.
Bunker.
This one's going to come up just a little short into the rough. And this is Garrett now, about the same distance, 140 out.
Good swing there. Looks like he's going to close to reach the green here. Looks like he does. Great shot.
Just in that first cut off the fringe. A good place to be, though, in front of the pin. Granito now. Left rough. You can see that club head buried in that rough. Very tough. Hard to get the swing all the way through. Attacking here, and he did well getting that all the way to the top of the green. The fourth green, deceptively straight. You anticipate more break here, but balls will roll true.
I think Granito has to be happy with that shot, even though it's going to be a long putt for him.
Wilson electing to go with a wedge from the front, and he'll have about 4 feet there. And here is Granito with a long trek downhill to the cup. Speed, everything on this putt. Catch that first hill. Just to slow down a little bit, you can see Garrett wanting it to just settle, but it rolls out all the way towards that front, so a difficult par putt coming back now for Granito. Here is Swiggett trying to save par. Should have gotten a good read off of Granito's, Kevin.
So far, this first group having a little trouble with the putt. See if Swiggett can get this one.
Here, is it going to fall? Oh, just sliding to the left. Great speed on that putt.
And he's got to be frustrated because that was a great looking putt by Blake. Now just a simple little tap in here.
So Granito now to save par. This would be big after bogey, double, and triple start. Find himself back on the par train. Not much movement in this putt. Tracking there, well done, as he makes a par at the fourth. Getting ready for the par 3 fifth.
Great putt there by Gunnar Granito. It's got to boost a lot of confidence for him.
That's going to give a tremendous read again to his partner who was just in front of him. Garrett now to stay 1 over.
That's really, you see him right there, how disappointed he is. My goodness.
Garrett dropping a shot at the fourth. Second time we have seen him lip out today. Wilson now. Just not enough pace, so leaves the par putt short. A bogey for Wilson at the 4th as the first group heads to the par 3. We go back to the fairway. It is Dante Lancelotti to play first.
See Lancelotti. Nice start for the Darien Blue Wave here. He's got a nice swing. Looks like this one's going to catch the fairway.
Missing the green, just a little short. Gu playing up ahead. He is 1 under.
Great chip.
Useful, just above the pin. Yes, quick downhill putt for the number 3 of the Blue Wave. You can see that hill cap. This wants to slide a little below his feet. Yes, and it comes back. Good putt there. Well done by Alex Gu. A par at the 4th. So he stays even. Here is Trevor Jones. Lost a ball on his initial tee shot. Blocked another one off. This has been a difficult hole for Trevor. That is a 9 here on the 4th.
Difficult putt to make. Credit Trevor Jones with that putt.
I'd have liked to have done better there after the hot start, but the Rams, an early deficit against the Wave at home. They are the number 1 and 2 teams in the East Division. This match serving is essentially the East Division title match. Canaan 11-0-1, Darien 12-1. As we see the third group now here from the fairway in number 4. At the top, this is Bumgardner. A long putt down the hill, again very quick. Needs to be careful not to send one by, similar to what we saw Granito do. Good lag putt there. Now across the green, it will be Mellinger. Just not enough oomph on that one. Grant knows it. Both players in the third group will make bogey 5s here on number 4. We will head up ahead to the par 3 5th. First par 3 on the course for the young men. Playing first, it is Gunnar Granito. Granito left it short. Very lucky that one did not roll back into the creek.
There's that creek right there. Off to the side of the green. Nice chip there by Granito.
Good job getting it all the way up to the top tier. Pin high, he'll have a 4-footer remaining to save par. That creek, of course, wraps around the green all the way down to the 6th in front of the 6th. Second half of the fairway, as this is Swiggett up on the 14th tee box. Oh, no, just missed being perfect. It's caught in the first cut, needed another 6 inches, and it would have rolled right down next to the pin, sitting pretty there.
Yeah, initially it looked like a really nice chip by Blake. He thought it was going to catch the green. That's got to be certainly frustrating for him.
Here's Garrett. It's a birdie opportunity. Just make sure to get this all the way up the hill. That's the first tier, and no, just stayed outside. Good pace, a little bit of a misread though. Nothing
Right,
wrong
Frank.
with par here.
And a great pace on that putt, just a little off to the right.
It's a very difficult pin location. You have to be careful. You get too aggressive and push one over to the right. There is the creek that comes into play. It's a difficult up and down with the slope falling off behind it. Swing it now up at the top of the hill. Nothing to go with the putter from the first cut. It's a very quick putt. If it goes by too quickly, it can catch that slope and go all the way down to the front. So pop up the first cup. Is this one going to go in? Oh! Now, can hear him joking now. Why did I leave the pin in? He had asked Gunnar Granito before that shot, should I take it out? That would have been an impressive par save from the tee box up on 15 down to the green at 5. It's an opportunity now for Wilson. Coming up the hill, this would be for par.
Close. Just missed the cup there. It bends a little bit as it got closer to the hole.
So Wilson making 4 at the par 3 fifth. And this now Granito. For another par. Trying to complete the save. A little to his right. Has to be firm on it. Left edge, and that is the case. In there for a par. Great up and down. And in front, just missing the creek. Granito back-to-back pars. Under control, and now Swiggett for a bogey 4. Up there, dead center.
Nice putt by Blake. That's a good bounce back after that frustrating miss.
So 2 pars from the Rams and 2 shots given back off bogeys. By the wave at number 4 is now, we see the second group. Trevor Jones and Alex Gu both flirting with disaster a little bit, trying to identify the right ball. That's the second group for the Rams. Again, in a bit of trouble, and Jones is going to end up having a drop here, Kevin. That ball is in the creek.
That creek is certainly frustrating, Frank.
Good start by Jones. 9 at 4, and he has to bounce back here off a penalty stroke at the 5th. Still a difficult shot. Not a lot of room to land it in front of the pin. Trying to get up. All right. Just on there, he'll have a chance. As you see Gu now from the front of the green. Trying to get his best read. Shades of Camilo Villegas in the Spider-Man position there. Here. Dante Lancelotti. Birdie putt. Up the hill. His left. Ooh.
Ooh. A little too quick there on the putt, but good pace. Looked like it picked up speed a little bit there on the green.
Disappointed with the effort he gave. Trevor Jones now. A chance, and that one, a little zip on it as well. From Shanley, and that's just not going to reach. Tough start for the captain here as he heads to the back half of the front. Coming off a bogey 4 at 5. Here's Lancelotti. Bogey. Well done there.
I like this pairing between Lancelotti and Gu early on here, Frank, for the Darien Blue Wave.
So we got to look now at the third group playing through the par 3. First to play was Mellinger, and now Bumgardner. Playing 151 yards today. 7 or 8 iron for most of the players, depending where you want to land it. There's some swirling wind up there. 7 might be too much. There's a putt here from Bumgardner. Just comes up short.
Looks like these greens are picking up a little extra speed here today.
Good par for Bumgardner, though. In with a 3. And Mellinger will tap in a bogey 4 as we head over to the 6th. And playing first will be, playing now will be Blake Swiggett. 2 fairways here, the creek divides them, Kevin. It's reachable right around 220 yards. Most players will want to go with an iron or a hybrid type club, as we're seeing from Wilson here. There is trouble along the right side. You've got OB and a hazard coming into the woods in the swamp-like area. And in front of the creek, you'll have about 130 to 140 yards in, depending where you land. If you want to be ambitious, go with the driver and try to clear it. It does bring a lot of trouble into play. As up ahead by the green, this is Garrett playing for the Rams from the bunker. Plenty of room in front of him, ball below his feet. Wants it to spin a little bit. Oh, useful. Well done from the trap.
Great chip there by George Garrett. It's closer to the pin.
Wilson out in front. Up and run here. Catches the hill. Needs to settle, though.
Sometimes you may get that little wraparound, comes back down the hill. That's not the case here.
Too much skip on that one. So we get another look at the Garrett bunker play.
It really was a great chip, and you get to see it again. Great swing. You talk about these traps. Not easy to swing out of.
Just releases the hands perfectly, gets that little check, and it slides down the hill. So Garrett playing well now down the stretch. He's been consistent from the start. Really only trouble coming on 3. This is Swiggett now up ahead on the green. So the number 2 handicap here at Buchanan. And that one just not going to fall. So we'll walk over, tap this in for a bogey 5. Nothing wrong with 5 here at the 6th.
You see this green's on a little bit of a slope here. George Garrett, got to work on that putt here.
Garrett.
Oh, that's frustrating. He had the right idea there with the bend, but just a little wide.
A little too much pace. Would have been a very nice par. Pick up a little junk with a sandy as well, but we'll have to settle now. At bogey 5 as well. 3rd hole we have seen Garrett lip out on today. You're right, they wanted to play that slope. Trust the bend there on the break, but a little too much pace off the right edge. This is Granito now. Mid pars at 4 and 5. Give one back with a bogey on the 6th. Here, the second group. Just off to the left side of the green. Playing up will be Goo. Now this is Lance Lottie up at the back end of the green.
Go in. Sit. Sit now.
Speed here. Oh. See how quick these greens are rolling, Kevin.
Oh, Goo. Love to have that one back.
Frustrating there for Dante. As he surrenders a couple. 7 for Lancelotti. Here on the 6th. This is Goo now playing. It's for a bogey 5. Good job to recover, and we go back and look at the 3rd grouping playing through. As Mellinger trying to follow this one along the left side. He is not happy with that swing. Bumgartner quickly to the tee. Likes what he had. As putting from in front of the green, and Mellinger not going to reach with that one. Down the hill. Here is Bumgartner. Good putt there. Leaves it just short. will be able to tap this in, make a par. Very good score here at the 6th as Mellinger hoping to complete there. No good for a 5. He will make 6. We will be back with our final 3 holes from the Country Club of New Canaan. Darien in the lead early on as we head to break in the back 3 stretch.
At the Milford Bank, we offer an extensive selection of lending products and services to meet virtually any need. Submit your application online in our Mortgage Web Center. Start to finish, you can apply for a loan in as little as 10 minutes. Our knowledgeable and helpful staff are available to meet with you at your convenience. To learn more about what we can do for you, stop by one of our Milford Bank offices or visit us at milfordbank.com. The Milford Bank, always there. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I can't believe it.
Well, Dad, you did it. You sold 160 cars. Ready to go back upstairs now?
I think it's time. I wonder how the boys are making out in their new office.
Not what I had in mind, Kyle. What, Dad?
Maybe we should retire. Right now, lease a 2017 Rogue S for only $139 a month. Isn't it time you got Millerized?
On time, done right, safe and reliable. MrHandymanCT.com.
Let our satisfied customers tell it.
I have called Mr. Handyman for every reason, every occasion, every broken item, every leak. They have bailed me out on many occasions, and I would recommend them to anyone.
For any project, large or small.
MrHandymanCT.com.
You don't have to go far for authentic Neapolitan cuisine and renowned wood-fire pizza. Pizzeria Loretano of Bethel is a contemporary Italian bistro, specializing in authentic wood-fired brick-oven pizza Napolitana. Pizzeria Loretano was named one of America's top 1,000 Italian restaurants in 2008 by Zagat, and recommended by Jane and Michael Stern on National Public Radio's Splendid Table. Located close to the Bethel Cinema, we focus on quality, and our food is always made to order. Join us for live jazz Sundays from 6 to 8. Find our schedule, menu, and more at pizzerialoretano.com, and like us on Facebook.
Spring has sprung at Walter Stewart's Market, and we're celebrating the new season with fresh takes on spring. From the finest produce around to guaranteed fresh seafood delivered daily by the best local supplier. Not only are we your time-saving one-stop shop for everything you need this season, our personable team is always ready with a helping hand. Shop Stewart's for the best of spring. Find us at 229 Elm Street, New Canaan, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
UK Gourmet is the largest specialty grocer in the area, featuring food from England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. Over 80 teas to choose from and a brilliant assortment of biscuits to go with them. Over 70 cheeses from grass-fed cows, which makes a smashing difference in taste. The creamiest chocolate you'll ever taste using no artificial colors or preservatives. So say hooray for UK Gourmet, 78 Stony Hill Road in Bethel, or visit ukgourmet.us.
Back on the HAN Network at the Country Club of New Canaan as we look at the scoreboard. Our leader, Alex Gu, through 6 holes, 26 right now. And we head to the par 3 7th. It will be Blake Swiggett on the tee for the Blue Wave.
This is a cool shot here. See Blake Swiggett's shot. Cool camera view as well.
184 yards. Play around 170, 175. When you factor in the hill. Gotta go way up and Swiggett.
You got the trees as well on the left there, Frank. You gotta be careful about.
What a shot from the number 1 for the Wave. Uphill putt, 15 feet to go. His playing mate Wilson to follow up. Tee box, of course, right by number 13 here, which goes out to the right of the golfers from where we are looking. Wilson, a little fat there, but it will work. He'll have an opportunity for birdie.
And that's good for Darien, both reaching the green early on here.
Here is George Garrett for New Canaan. at the 7th. And he is above the hole. Got to stay there. So 3 on the green from the first group, and now Granito hope to go 4 for 4. This one a little to the right. He's not like this. Needs it to land softly here. It's in the rough over the top, so a tough swing coming from Granito, and again a ball that has been buried down in the rough will be a difficult chip to say the least.
You see right here, Gunnar going to take a look here. Talk about a little bit of a thick rough. Goes through his practice swings here. Difficult shot to make.
Wants to land it about 2 feet onto the green and let this one roll out. Needs to get the hands all the way through as he flops it up. And softly rolling out. This has got a chance, Kevin.
Oh, great shot there by Gunnar Granito.
And a birdie at the 7th. How about the sportsmanship from Swiggett in the back, approving of his playing opponent. And Granito, after the rough start, settled down here. A birdie 2 on the 7th. He is now over to Wilson. Follow up, and that just missed. What an effort. Swiggett for a birdie, and that slid to the right at the last second. He cannot believe that one, Kevin.
He's frustrated on that. It looks good early on, just made that little bend at the end. Missed the cup on the right side.
Garrett for a tap in par. And gets it to go. So 3s and a birdie 7 for Granito as the first group clears up to the 8th at the top of the hill. We go to the second group now. Shanley from the bunker. Tough to believe that ball did not slide down more off the hill.
Oh, and a frustrating putt there by Trevor Jones. He'd tell his frustration there. I'd like to have that one back.
Jones able to tap that in. Has been a frustrating second half here down the stretch. Goo with an opportunity and just slid half an inch. Here's Jones again. Excuse me, that was Dante Lancelotti tapping that one in.
And a rare miss by Goo. He's been so consistent with his putts today.
Lancelotti, a leader in group number 2. He makes a par at the 7th. Weston Shanley and Alex Goo making bogey 4. Trevor Jones a double 5. As we see the third group now teeing off. Mellinger blocking one off here. Came up well left of the green, and a difficult chip back down the hill now. This is Bumgardner's birdie attempt. It's all about the speed on this putt, Kevin. Long way to go from the back.
A lot of speed on the green, like we've seen so far today in all these holes.
This is the third shot for Mellinger, unable to save par. So a bogey 4 for the Rams' 5th. Bumgardner now, an opportunity for a par. Very similar to what we saw from Mellinger. Not much movement, don't give away the hole here. There you go, that is the case, so par, and we're up to the 8th with the first group. With the driver, you have the ability to cut the corner, but you need to get it up high enough if you're trying to clear the trees. If you wish to play towards the right side of the fairway as a righty, Kevin, you need to have a nice draw movement on it. Good job there from Swiggett. We go to Garrett in the fairway. Get up over that false front. How about this? Granito at the top of the green, Kevin, in 1.
You see that already. A little clear already he's got to deal with. to make this putt. So way to go.
Took the road less traveled, playing the cart path to reach all the way up here. And now a difficult putt on this top fringe, back down the hill.
Good pace to it.
Too much pace. That slides well by. Difficult birdie putt now coming back for Granito. It will be Wilson from the right side.
As we approach the 8th hole now, putts are so important between both sides.
Just take it off at the end. Sorry. Granito now trying for back-to-back birdies. Chipped in on the 7th, drove the green at 8 and 1. Did too strong on his first putt, and now a difficult comebacker for 3. Just too firm. Slides by, so a 3-putt par at the 8th. Granito makes 4. He will not be happy with that one.
I see that frustration there already from Granito. To have that putt back.
Ryan Swiggett doing very well today. Excuse me, that is Blake Swiggett. That was for birdie here at the 8th. A good score though.
Almost just as similar, same putt as Granito just had.
Missed it on the opposite side, and now Garrett. Frustrating 8th hole. Some trouble around the green here. George has been so consistent for the Rams all year, as Kevin mentioned. That was for 5, and just picked his head up too soon. Some frustration for the Rams. They find themselves behind here in this match.
That's just unlike Garrett.
Inside of 3 feet, and it is a double bogey for the Rams captain.
This is going to have to be a big 9th hole here for the Rams coming up.
Before they head to 9, we see the second group at 8. Trevor Jones, a putt from the fringe up top, similar to where Granito was. Not terrible. It's very slick around the green. It'll roll down some. And Shanley, good read there, knocks it home. Jones with the comebacker effort. That's in. There's Lancelotti. Tapped in. We get a look at the third group as frustration mounting here for Mellinger. 8th hole not being kind to the Rams right now, Kevin.
It certainly is, and the Darien Blue Wave can take a huge advantage of that. Right now, the Canaan Rams are having a tough time, especially in their short game.
Good effort there from Brendan Bumgardner. Debating if he wants to throw a stamp on it, and that will be the case. But coming here from Mellinger, that would have been a birdie. Just didn't have enough, did very well to recover after an errant tee shot. And now Bumgardner, a tap in for par. That's good. We go ahead to the rough. Off the fairway at 9. Trying to play up, and that one caught a tree, Kev. It's going to stay short of the green. Challenge blocked out. Now discussions going on in front of the green here. Granito's ball had plugged. It appears to have popped back out, debating if he needs any sort of relief. Wants to make sure everyone is on the same page. He will play it as it lies. Wilson went deep. Needs to be very gentle with this flop. That That won't kill him. He'll have a chance here. Needs to settle, though.
It looks like it will. It's going to be a good spot here for Wilson. You talk about a difficult shot here for Granito.
Foot in the bunker as this one pops, and it sailed on him. It's going to roll all the way up, so he will have that remaining to save par at the 9th.
Throw the club there, frustration.
In front of the green is Blake Swiggett. It up to the hole. Hook slider coming down. Now we see Garrett. Just a bit too strong as well. Par opportunity for Granito. 22 feet away. Get it there. Yeah.
Just a little short.
Stand over this. Need to tap in his par. Just done with that ball. So there's a 5 at the 9th for Granito and a 42 on the front 9 will be his card. Here's Swiggett. For par, oh, just missed.
That would have been big for the Blue Wave if he was able to sink that. Just going to tap in.
He will tap that in for 5 and a 40 on the front. This is Garrett now. As that is for a bogey as well.
You can tell George Garrett.
41 today for the captain.
Not happy with his performance this afternoon. Thought at times he looked great. About that 8th hole that he struggled on.
Wilson in for a 5 as well. The first group going 42-42 from the 2s. 40-41 by the number 1. So Darien, a 1-stroke advantage over the Rams through that first group. The second getting ready to play up. It will be Dante Lancelotti in the fairway. With the hybrid here. As this one just off the green on the left side. Sitting up nicely though. Good chance to make up and down 4. Trevor Jones in the front, good use of the hill there. It'll roll back down, so he will be putting.
Yeah, a lucky roll there with that little hill just off the green.
So here's Lancelotti. That was for par, just a bit too strong on the outside. Would have loved that one. So Dante will tap in for 5 and a 47 card on the front. This is Alex Good. He makes par, shooting 38, Kevin.
What an afternoon he's had, Frank. Alex Good, by far, best golfer out there today. I thought he looked terrific. Very consistent on every hole. What an afternoon.
That is Trevor Jones, a double bogey 6th. Jones going 53. His playing mate Weston Shanley will go 51 as the second group for the Rams struggling against these tough course conditions today. And the third and final group now playing up. Darien a comfortable lead heading into this last group. They lead by 14 at the moment. That is what Mellinger will have to make up.
You gotta wonder maybe if the weather had a little bit to do with it. You talk about it was gorgeous before play started, and then clouds rolled in a little bit, which brought up a little bit of wind.
Did get windy, and again, we talked early on in the day about the thickness of the rough. It was very important for these players to hit fairways today. As we see up on the green, this is Grant Mellinger. That would have been for birdie. Here is Bumgardner. This bit too firm with that one. Had to be aggressive here on the 9th. Respect the effort. He will play again. Just missed there. That would have been a nice par save for the young man. He is in a 45 on the front. And in with a par, well done. As Mellinger, a par on the final hole. And a front 9 score of 45 for Mellinger as we look to the scorecard now. And the Wave going to win this one by 14 strokes, Kevin. The final 165 to the Rams 179. And the numbers that really jump out, the number 2 group there for New Canaan, 51 and 53 from Shanley and Jones. Just not good enough from reliable players for Coach Brown here at home today.
It was the missed putts, I think, that really stuck out to me the most, Frank. That really were frustrating for the New Canaan Rams, and I thought Darien was excellent. You talked about Alex Gu. You couldn't play any better than he did.
Coach O'Donnell has to be so happy with Alex Gu's performance. The low score of the day. He is your medalist at 38. Blake Swiggett, a 40. Will Wilson, 42. And Brendan Gumgardner's 45 will count over Dante Lancelotti's 47. We are going to step aside one more time. When we get back, we'll be joined by some of the players from both teams after a beautiful day of golf at the Country Club of New Canaan.
Want a new experience in car buying? Scap Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram with one of the largest inventories of new 2- and 4-door Wranglers. We are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Come visit our new Ram Truck Center. Browse our websites, scapchryslerjeep.com or scapdodge.net to find the new Jeep, Chrysler Dodge car, minivan, or Ram truck you've been looking for. Just 2 miles from both I-95 or the Merritt Parkway exit 44. Save thousands right now during the Drive and Discover event. Now through May 31st.
Wild Birds Unlimited.
At Wild Birds Unlimited of Brookfield, get expert advice from our certified bird feeding specialists. We offer always fresh, clean seed that will be sure to attract birds to your home feeder. Experience our excellent customer service. Open 7 days a week. Visit us at 317 Federal Road, Brookfield.
Wild Birds Unlimited. We bring people and nature together.
At Worcester School, we believe summer is a time for kids to be kids. We provide the safe and nurturing environment for them to find activities that match their interests and allow them to create lasting friendships. Summer at Worcester offers 7 weekly sessions at our Danbury campus from Monday, June 26th through Friday, August 11th for pre-K to grade 8. Find out more about our extended hours, new optional lunch program, and a new low price at summer@worcester.org or 203-830-3921. Summer at Worcester, experience the difference.
Pizza to satisfy even the most demanding critics. Tuesday Pazza Pizza.
We are joined now by the first grouping for the New Canaan Rams, George Garrett and Gunnar Granito. Boys, thank you for taking time with us today. George, let me start with you. You're playing against your biggest rival, and then all of a sudden all these cameras show up. What was the experience like out on the course today?
It was pretty interesting. We never had cameras out on the course, but it was definitely cool, and we hope to do it again.
And now, Gunnar, for you, obviously at times you guys seemed a little out of sync. You fall today to the Blue Wave. How do you bounce back and heading into the postseason now?
It's going to start tomorrow. We're playing against Greenwich, who's probably an even bigger competitor. They're just as good, if not better. Heading into the postseason, we need to shoot some low scores coming in and play some practice rounds at the courses, and I think we'll stand a good chance.
Now, boys, we have a couple of shots we want to talk to you about. George, let's start with you. Right off the first tee, you sent a bomb out there with the 3-wood clearing the bunkers. What was that like to start the day?
It was a pretty good feeling, know that you have that shot in you, just shooting it out there and having a short little wedge shot into the green. It was a good shot.
And you showed you could get it done in the approach game as well. You had a shot on 8 coming up to the green. Take us through that a little bit.
Yeah, it was 75 yards, just walked up, took a nice, easy, smooth swing at it, a little bit uphill, and just hit it to 9 feet. It's a pretty good shot.
Great shot there. Gunnar, you were pretty good yourself around the greens. You had a nice chip-in birdie on 7. Tell us a little bit about that one.
That chip, I was a little bit worried that was going off the front of the green, straight downhill. I just tried to flop it up and get it as close as I could, and it was tracking the whole way.
And then right after that, you come back, followed up with a huge drive on 8. I don't know that there's been a person who's driven 8 green in one in the past few years or so.
Yeah, that was a big drive. I think it might have caught the cart path a little bit, but that was one of the biggest drives I've had in a while. It's good to have it in this match as well.
How'd you follow that up on the green?
I hit it 8 feet by, and then I made a par. Don't do that at home, kids.
Boys, thank you so much. Good luck tomorrow against Greenwich. We can't wait to see you and the rest of the Rams at the FCIAC Championship. For more on this match and the first pairing on Darien, we go over now to Kevin Coleman.
Canaan, Darien, big winners here against the Robberies. We have the second pairing here, Dante Lancelotti, and we have Alex Gu. Gentlemen, thank you guys so much for taking the time. And Dante, I'll start with you, my man. Walk us through your best shot of the day.
So I was in the bunker on the 4th hole. It was green side on the right side. And it was sort of a downhill lie, it wasn't really. I went up to it and I was like, oh great, now I have to hit this. It was just one of those shots, and then somehow, I just I got that pretty good strike on it and came out of the bunker with a little spin and landed like 4 feet from the hole and stayed there and made the putt.
Now, Alex, how about you, my man? Best shot of the day.
My best shot of the day came on the first hole. I came out of the rough and put it on the green because I had no real angle to the pin because the ball's not going to stop in the rough. Have this 25-30 footer with 4 feet of break. I step over initially, and I thought it was not going to break less, and I went back and relined it, and I stroked it and made the putt. I thought it was a good start.
That's a great start. And just talk about how big of a win is this, coming to Country Club in New Canaan, bringing out the win, bringing it home to Darien High School. How big of a win is it?
Well, first off, I'd like to thank the New Canaan Rams for being such great competitors. And they didn't play their best today, which is unfortunate, I wanted a better match. But all in all, it was a great match. I felt like this is a big win for the next step forward.
And Dante, what is some of the big positives you can take away from a win like this, especially on the road?
Well, I think, neither team played to their potential, and, it's understandable. It happens. I think the main part of today was recovery and, hanging in there, staying in the present, and just, doing the best you possibly could given the situation. And I think overall we achieved that today, and I'm proud of that.
All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have more here for the Country Club in New Canaan. Darien, big winners here on the HAN Network.
Part of banking well is doing good. That's why, with the support of local community partners, Bankwell has launched the Bankwell Pet Adoption Project to boost awareness about the hundreds of animals in local shelters that need a home. And when you donate to the cause using the Bankwell self-service coin machines, we'll match your donation. For details, visit mybankwell.com/pleaseadoptme. Bank smart, bank local, bank well.
Have a sports injury or a slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast, without an appointment. Biking, golf, tennis, soccer, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care open Monday through Saturday, now at 3 locations: 131 Kings Highway North in Westport, the iPark building at 761 Main Avenue Norwalk, and 36 Old Kings Highway South in Darien. Or go to coastalorthoexpress.com, like them on Facebook. Spring has sprung at Walter Stewart's Market, and we're celebrating the new season with fresh takes on spring. From the finest produce around to guaranteed fresh seafood delivered daily by the best local supplier. Not only are we your time-saving one-stop shop for everything you need this season, our personable team is always ready with a helping hand. Shop Stewart's for the best of spring. Find us at 229 Elm Street, New Canaan, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
On time, done right, safe and reliable. MrHandymanCT.com.
Let our satisfied customers tell it.
I have called Mr. Handyman for every reason, every occasion, every broken item, every leak. They have bailed me out on many occasions, and I would recommend them to anyone.
For any project, large or small.
MrHandymanCT.com.
Back at the Country Club of New Canaan, getting ready to put a wrap on today. Kevin, a big win for Darien. What were your final thoughts from the club here?
I thought Alex Gu was terrific for Darien Blue Wave. New Canaan, their missed putts really led to them struggling today, and that 8th hole was a big struggle for the New Canaan Rams. Great win and a great rivalry win for the Blue Wave today.
Both these teams have clinched a place in the FCIAC tournament. We will see them again. So not just done yet are the Rams, but we thank you for tuning in for what was a great day here at the Country Club of New Canaan. Darien winning this match 165 to 179. We hope you'll tune in all next week for our playoff coverage throughout the FCIAC, resulting in what will be another tremendous spring season for Kevin Coleman. I'm Frank Granito. We'll see you next time on the home of FCIAC Sports, the HAN Network.